Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember, subscribe is the vibe. Your boys on the road to 20K humbly.
Humbly.
Video brought to you by Joseph Vincent. We have the Predator. It's kind of a wild nickname. Francis Ngannou. I ain't gonna front. I've never seen a UFC fighter with hands the size of Thor's hammer. Not even just the size, the hand with the impact of Thor's hammer. Francis Ngannou is an absolute monster, modern day Tyson. I'm kind of excited to see what Joseph Vincent whipped up. We're gonna get right into Francis Ngannou, the Predator, a knockout retrospect.
Francis Ngannou.
Obviously, that chin figures to be tested here tonight against Francis Ngannou.
Bow! Holy! Bow! Bro, that was the size of...
The Predator.
Bro, that first one took him out. That first one took him out.
The Predator, Francis Ngannou, live and in color.
Damn.
Literally a 1 in a million type athlete. We're dealing with a guy who's capable of knocking any heavyweight unconscious with
man.
one punch that connects.
Bing! Bing! Lights out. Lights out. Ain't nothing like Francis, bro.
Holy smoke. Francis, the Predator,
Ngannou's success was anything but preordained.
Buckle up.
Perhaps it's easiest to start in his native Cameroon.
Born in Cameroon, Francis was raised in the poorest of conditions. Shoveling sand in the local quarries, Francis endured grueling work to help support his family.
You worked in a sand mine when you were young. You dug sand all day.
I was like 26 years old, when I understood that there is no chance for me out here in Cameroon.
When you want to talk about a man who persevered, that guy for 14 months, he made his way from Cameroon to Morocco and 7 times got arrested and sent back and finally made it across to Europe.
After illegally crossing the border into Spain, he was detained for 2 months.
They will bring you to the Spain side. They will hang you to a immigration police. You don't care. You finally where you wanted to be.
At age 26.
So my son was determined to come in this country, bro. This nigga, he got arrested 7 times and shit right back home. Golly, man, it must have been rough back there, bro.
He moved to Paris and embarked on his dream of MMA glory. Sleeping in homeless shelters by night and training by day.
His story is just so inspiring.
It's incredible. It's a comic book story.
The only thing that I want is some place that I can train because I want to become a world champion.
He debuted in 2013. Overpowering Benzina. Francis.
Francis gets you in this position.
Won his first match by submission.
First time I was 27 and I went to the gym.
Cool.
I'm started to
boxing
and
arm,
I'm
bro.
like, okay, so if you need the faster income to help you get out in your situation, you have to do MMA. Then I'm like, what's MMA?
He quickly realized he was blessed.
He didn't even know what the sport was. He didn't even know what the sport was. What's MMA?
God-given gifts that could change the course of his life.
The next one, I get paid like 2,000 euros.
Whoa, you're happy, right?
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh. Slept him. Curtains.
A single blast secured Francis a second victory.
How did it feel then as you're starting to live your dream now?
He lost a decision in his first few fights, but it was a minor speed bump.
It almost feels like it's a bunch of individual missions, right? Like get to the next one, then the next one, then the next one.
It's an individual mission. Every step is a mission.
Oh,
he was the titanic heavyweight that was just KOing people left, right, and center in spectacular ways.
He's tapping. Oh, man.
It was all-encompassing. We're in this sport. This guy comes along, starts just blistering people all over the place.
He focused a lot on his boxing. They brought in a new wrestling coach. It's going to be about staying at distance with Ngannou.
Quality of the video.
We gotta think his game plan was rooted in getting this clinch, and he's got it early.
Taking bout duty to the ground, Francis was simply too strong.
His hands are so big. Every time I shake his hands, I'm like, how is that a person? I mean, it's like shaking hands with a brick, like a giant brick. They're just so big.
Man, it's like shaking hands with a brick.
Another overwhelming victory set the Predator on a course for the UFC.
Good night. And look at the body shape, bro. Yo, look at the mismatch on. You got Ngannou who's ripped, abs. I'm talking about 250 pounds solid, abs, chest piece, traps. Look at the biceps, and then look at this dude with the beer gut. Of course you clapping that you lost, bro.
For the UFC.
Come on, man, get it together. Get it together. I would put all my money on Ngannou in this fight, bro. He came off the couch to try to fight Ngannou.
My birthday and my coach called me. I'm like, guess what? I'm like, I don't know, tell me. He was like, yes, we just got your UFC contract.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight.
So Ngannou made his debut, his rookie season at 29. Rookie season, 6'4", 254 pounds as a rookie.
Division, introducing first, fighting out of Paris, France, Francis the Predator Ngannou.
Making his UFC debut, Francis put the sport on alert.
And you're starting to see Enrique go for the shot because he's tired on the feet, and that's the truth.
And Ngannou with some serious
combination.
The uppercut contorted Enrique's face.
Bro. Look at
the uppercut
Bro. Whoo!
Contorted Enrique's face and ended the fight.
Oh my God!
Francis Ngannou! Wow! Vicious uppercut!
Serious power from Ngannou.
Being the winner by knockout, Francis the Predator Ngannou.
In his next fight, Francis was pitted against undefeated Curtis Blades.
You know, he only really come to the limelight in his later athlete's life, should I say. But I think that's one of the big shames about Francis Ngannou not maybe being as big of a draw as he should be, because his story is one of the most amazing things that you could possibly hear.
Oh!
He may not recover from that one. Big counter left by Francis Ngannou. Counter right there against Blades.
With just a few good shots, Blades' face was completely mauled.
Well, the doctor, it appeared, tried to stop this fight, and the referee said he can see,
but he says he can't see.
The doctor is stopping the fight.
Francis the Predator Ngannou.
Doctor saved his life.
Yeah, I don't think no one's
Sometimes
achieved more than he has in the short time he's been in the sport.
This string of destructive wins made Ngannou a rising star.
Chrissy, Ngannou is a dangerous man. Versatile fighter.
First round. Oh,
he's getting chased.
Oh, get up.
Big hammer fist. This could be
Another quick finish, this time with a series of hammer fists.
And it's all over. Just like that.
First round.
Francis the Predator Ngannou.
UFC is the name that everybody knows. If you're the heavyweight champion of the UFC, it means so much more for your exposure globally.
Hamilton thought he'd be able to use his wrestling experience to subdue the Predator.
I remember a time I've seen Anthony Hamilton this focused or this hyped up for a fight before.
That's crazy. They come
he
in
really
confident.
does believe that Ngannou off his back has nothing to offer.
Trying to get in his
but
head.
Also wants to open up with those hands. Let's see as much as he can do this that benefits him. I mean, he spent his entire life wrestling. Still goes back to wrestle with his old college team.
Look at the strength of Ngannou, forcing Hamilton's arm behind his back.
Anthony Hamilton is not a weak man.
He could.
Wow. Man, this guy is super strong. Look at this.
He has
Yes,
it.
he got it.
Wow! Francis Ngannou by submission, round one.
Rip that thing off the bone.
It was becoming clear Francis possessed a different kind of power.
He's one of those contenders that you look at and go, oh my God, when this guy's champion, he is going to be...
This man snuck in the country. I can see why.
He had spectacular knockouts on his way up.
The hype surrounding Ngannou was growing.
#1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, Francis the Predator Ngannou.
Fans were pumped to watch the Predator hunt his prey.
And his coach Fernand Lopez, the MMA factory in Paris, they bring Ngannou.
Bro, that combination, wicked combination, bro. Oh my God.
Another first-round KO.
Oh my God.
down. That is it. The Predator.
Yo, bro, you gotta understand, these guys be training for these fights for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? About 3-4 months they're preparing for a fight. Studying the other fighter, going through numerous hours of sparring sessions with their trainer. Bro, you've been training for 3 months, and you got tagged in the first round.
Ngannou.
No, I can't go out like that, bro. I can't go out like that.
And we might be
Sometimes you just gotta grab a fight and hold on for dear life.
champion
I can't go out like that.
Francis Ngannou, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, imagine if they caught him when he was 23. You know, I mean, imagine that guy.
A much-anticipated super fight with #1 contender Alistair Overeem was set.
But you saw what he did to Overeem. K1 Grand Prix champion, Dream champion, Strikeforce heavyweight champion. Francis put him into orbit.
Overeem was a legend, an absolute beast.
3 professional wins, 21 knockouts or TKOs, 12 stemming from a kick or a knee, 17 wins by submission. That mix tonight. And for Alistair Overeem, his 60th professional MMA fight.
An uppercut that would make Mike Tyson smile snapped Overeem's head back.
I wouldn't go into a striking fest.
That's what we were talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
All he saw.
The Predator had won in spectacular fashion. Francis would get his title shot against the champion, Stipe Miocic.
If anybody else other than Stipe's so tough and skilled and kept away from
10
him.
fights, win streak, 100% finish rate. I beg your pardon?
Miocic was coming off his 4th straight first-round knockout win.
Be smart about it.
Good head movement by Stipe.
Better shoot again, though.
Most thought the powerhouse Ngannou would KO the aging champ, but Stipe was able to do what others couldn't.
Good right hand by Stipe.
Put Ngannou on the mat and keep him there.
Beautiful time takedown. And this is where we see what Ngannou is made of. Side control. This is where Stipe is looking to dominate the entire fight from this position right here.
Ngannou's ground game was simply not developed enough to combat this.
And this is what we haven't seen from Ngannou since the Curtis Blades fight. He gets it again.
They are standing and cheering in Boston. Stipe Miocic has survived and conquered Francis Ngannou tonight.
UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Stipe Miocic.
Stipe kept Ngannou on his back for 5 rounds and secured the surprising upset decision win. Ngannou would lose his next fight in similar fashion.
Winner by unanimous decision, Derek the Black Beast Lewis.
This would force the Predator to push his game to the next level.
Francis is a great MMA fighter, but he's been fighting for 5 years. Yeah. He just hits unbelievably hard.
I can't believe that you said he got 120,000 on that.
I think you're like 120 something. I think, find out what it...
129, that's so crazy.
Wow.
With each passing year, Ngannou continued to morph his training into an all-encompassing regimen.
His hands are so big. Every time I shake his hands, I'm like, how is that a person? I mean, it's like shaking hands with a brick, like a giant brick.
They're just so big.
Returning to face Curtis Blades again, the pressure was on Ngannou. A win would put him back on track, but another loss would likely spell the end of his title dreams.
This main event, this rematch between Curtis Razor Blades and Francis the Predator Ngannou. But he told me that
one L could send you
Curtis
back
Blades
years.
is all I need to do.
Oh shit! Damn!
Ngannou destroyed Blades.
Ngannou's powering in.
Oh, this is amazing. Oh my God!
That's it! Francis Ngannou wins in Beijing. Double quick.
Francis the Predator.
He's on another level.
Who's he beat? How?
Doesn't
Because
matter.
he beat Arlovsky?
It's not who he beats, how he beats him.
Oh, come
Knocks him out.
Dude, he's so
Hall
good.
of Famer.
If I'm Cain Velasquez, I'm
Hall of
looking to
Famer,
wrestle
Cain Velasquez.
by grabbing that lead leg and making big Ngannou balance on one leg.
Watch Ngannou's right hand and Kane's head.
Oh no!
It happens quick, but the uppercut ends this match before it can even begin. The Predator had pasted another opponent in the first round. Ngannou was now starching people left and right. In a much-hyped match against Junior Dos Santos, the Predator pounced.
Did you see Francis Ngannou knock out Junior Dos Santos?
Yeah, I didn't even think it was a real knockout. He just blushed him. Look at him. He hit him and he went down and held his head. Let him fight it out.
Listen, that fight was over.
And with that touch of gloves, we're on the way. Tonight's Fight Block is brought to you by Toyo Tires. Ngannou immediately goes low with that calf kick and lands.
The scary thing is he just clipped him.
He clipped him.
He clipped him, rocked him, put him down, pounded on his head.
Yet another first-round dismantling.
Francis the Predator Ngannou. Holding a perfect professional record. 10 wins, no losses.
Oh, this guy, I ain't gonna front. He put this man to sleep. This man got knocked into orbit. You want to talk about getting knocked out the universe? Oh my God.
Rosenstrike.
This fight would test Ngannou,
Crazy.
pushing him to his limits. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh
it was
my
another first-round cheek clapping.
Banks! Lights out. Lights out.
Rosenstrike is out. Ngannou.
I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, 4 of them punches that man did not feel. The moment he got tagged by that one left hook, everything else was numb. Everything else was numb.
Holy smokes.
So Francis Ngannou with his 4th consecutive vicious first-round knockout.
Oh my God.
Ngannou would finally get his shot to avenge his loss to Stipe.
These title fights, man, are the best.
And this is the biggest of the big. This is the heavyweight title and the scariest contender against the greatest champion.
Right, let's fight.
Look how big they are in the octagon.
Francis has got to be careful to not load up and leave these big openings.
Oh, shit. Nasty.
Unlike the previous fight, Ngannou was better prepared to prevent any takedown attempts.
Back to his feet, eats another uppercut.
Oh my gosh, bro, it's the uppercut.
In the second round, Stipe was blasted and sent stumbling to the ground.
Oh my God. Torn ACL. Torn ACL.
Francis Ngannou can finally call himself the greatest heavyweight in the world.
You go into the fire with Ngannou, you go to sleep. Oh my goodness. Undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Francis the Predator Ngannou.
8 years after beginning MMA training, Ngannou was the heavyweight champion of the world. The undisputed baddest man
in his 30s
on the planet. Ngannou defended his title one time before a beef with Dana White put his career on hold. Ngannou recognized his own market value. He walked away from the UFC to challenge the heavyweight boxing champion, Tyson Fury.
To have your first boxing match ever against the lineal heavyweight champion, against a guy who nobody gave him any chance. Yeah. And to have the Las Vegas odds, like the online betting odds, in the last round in his favor was incredible, because it was like 14-1 at the start of the fight. Yeah. And at the end of the fight, he was favored.
This fight was thought to be a joke. Only Ngannou wasn't playing.
He's the baddest dude on the planet.
He's the baddest dude on the planet. 100%. Yeah. And the only person that has
a chance
is John Jones.
I can't show much of this. Top Rank loves to abuse copyright claims. But essentially, Ngannou outboxed Fury. But surprise, corruption awarded the decision to the Gypsy King.
He said corruption?
But essentially, Ngannou outboxed Fury. But surprise, corruption awarded the decision to the Gypsy King.
I thought Ngannou won.
In the third, he dropped the Gypsy King with a counter, scoring a knockdown on the best boxer alive.
Boom! Hello! And it wasn't like he tripped neither. He ain't tripped. Get up. Look at him. Oh, come on, man.
Kindly, the ref granted Tyson Fury a solid 40-second breather before allowing the action to resume.
And what happened in that fight was Francis Ngannou beat the best heavyweight boxer maybe ever. Maybe ever. Right. The look on Tyson Fury's eyes when he went down in the third round from that left hook, he was like, oh, Jesus.
A one-point decision on the third card. Winner by split decision. Still undefeated from the United Kingdom, the WBC heavyweight.
He won that fight. They know he won that fight. He won on one judge's scorecard who was honest, and I think the judge only gave him one round, where I think he should have given him two. Should have won by more than 1 point.
We wait anxiously to witness his next feat of greatness.
Bricks.
Literally a 1 in a million type athlete.
Nah, you're a beast.
We're dealing with a guy who's capable of knocking any heavyweight unconscious with one punch that connects.
Rosenstrike is out! Ngannou!
Lights out, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy smokes!
Francis Ngannou, the Predator.
I don't care what anybody says.
Nobody brings it home like it should.
Francis Ngannou is one of the dangerous men on the planet. In his boxing debut, arguably got robbed versus Tyson Fury. He really liked that. And if you don't believe me, watch his highlight tapes on YouTube, because
nobody.
The film don't lie. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. This was Francis Ngannou knocking out suckers. We watched the beginning and the end of Francis Ngannou. Hopefully his career continues in boxing, and we got more haymakers to react to, son. I'm gonna highlight you guys in the next video. Hit the like and subscribe button for more content. I'm your host, Gabos. I'll highlight you guys next video. Or check out some of my other new content, you know? I mean, I'm out here working. My bad.